Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome to In Conversation With. I am here this week to share some chats with Anna. Another Anna, got double Annas today. So, In Conversation With is my brand new series of little episodes talking to members of my community about life, business struggles, successes, to give you a bit of inspiration, maybe a bit of training, a little bit of fun, really, just into the network marketing world. So yes, today I would like to introduce you to my fellow Anna Culy from Utility Warehouse and her group, Simple Eco Savings. Yeah, Anna, would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh, I will. Thank you. Thanks, Anna. And thanks for the invite to come and chat to you today. It's exciting. It's always nice. Nice to get the two Annas together. I'm Anna. I'm a mum of two and I'm based in Norfolk. I've lived in and around the Kingston area all my life, albeit a few years away at university, but yeah, ended up coming back. I'll blame my husband for that one. So yeah, I'm a mum of two. My background is in healthcare, so I've been a pharmacist for 12 is it 12 years? 12 years.
Wow.
And yeah, I have loved my career in the NHS. But a few years ago, I was introduced to UW. So I have to be honest, I wasn't really looking for a business. I wasn't looking to, I didn't really know what I was joining really, but I was introduced to a way of saving some money when we were moving house. Yeah, I was up to my eyeballs in solicitors' letters and packing boxes and all of that, and I was found a way of making my bills a lot simpler at the time. So jumped at the chance really, and at the same time was shown a way that I could help my friends and family do the same and save some money and make their lives that little bit easier. And I figured, well, why not? Why not give it a go and kind of see how we go? Kind of, yeah, that's kind of how I got started, really.
Wow. So for those of people who don't know, because I know that there may be quite a few people on here who don't know what UW is, do you want to explain just briefly what it is?
Yeah, so UW or Utility Warehouse are a home services provider. So they help. They provide all your usual kind of home services, things like your broadband, your mobile, your insurances, that kind of thing. But what makes them different is that they bring those all together on one really simple bill for you. So it just makes that little bit of life admin that little bit easier. And in doing so, by bringing them all together, they save you money and you have discounts from doing that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Brilliant. Lovely. Great. So what sort of things have you been able to do on top of your normal stuff that you were doing as a pharmacist with UW, with having that extra something coming in?
Um, well, it's allowed me to step into the home education world. So back
Oh,
when
yeah.
I joined, I had a 2.5-year-old at the time, and home education had been something on my radar, something I wanted to do for my children and my son at the time and any siblings that came along. But honestly, it was very much a pipe dream because I was
Mm.
working part-time, my husband worked full-time, and I couldn't really see how I was going to make that a reality, and be at home enough to make home ed a reality. So UW has allowed me to do that. So I've got two children, an 8, almost 9-year-old, and a 4-year-old, and yeah, my son who was 2 at the time, who's now 8, he's been home ed from the beginning, and my little girl who would have started reception this year has followed her brother into home ed as well. So that's been the biggest thing really that the business has allowed me to do and realize that dream for them, and allows me to be at home with them. So that's the main
Yeah.
thing really.
Yeah. And learning through you doing your business as well, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. We very much follow a learning is everywhere kind of philosophy, and so yeah, they watch me build a business from home. They get to be kind of part of it really because they
Mm.
are around a lot, so they're kind of immersed in it. When sort of we're following in sort of, if I'm working towards incentives and things like that, we'll have, at the moment we've got a little poster up on the fridge that they can put the stickers on and things like that, so they can get kind of involved in it that way, which is quite nice. yeah, it allows me to be present and be here for them. But they, like say, they get to watch me build a business as well, which, who knows, maybe it'll inspire them one day. I don't know. We'll see.
I hope so. That would be nice.
Yeah.
We often see them on our Zooms when we're doing the membership coffee mornings and things, don't we?
Yes, absolutely. And there's every chance they'll make an appearance. So we'll see. We'll see.
And you know what? That is the joy of this business, isn't it? Because you can have things going on in the background. I mean, some of you might have seen my live this morning with my animals. It's not quite the same as it, but they're there,
They're
and
unpredictable,
they're family, and
yeah.
And I think it's important that people in network marketing and business in general don't feel that they have to not have their kids in the background or not show that family life and the normality of it all, because I think that normality is so important.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's definitely something that I've really embraced. I grow my business a lot through business networking, mainly online. And it was a real, I've really sort of given myself permission to well, my children come along for the ride. They have to, because they're with me a lot of the time. So it's been really nice to immerse them in that, and they come along, they get to see how it goes. And I think I hope that it sort of shows people that you can do it with children in tow. You don't have to, this doesn't have to be a separate thing to family life. It's very much part of me and part of my family life and how we do things around here.
Yeah, well, I was the same. So I started my network marketing journey 17 years ago. The kids were tiny. They used to come to fairs and events with me, one in the pram and rocking while I was talking to somebody, and one was running around all the other stalls because she was, well, bless her, she's fantastic, 20 now, but at the time she was, into everything, all over the place.
Yeah.
And you know what? It was just part of our life. And I'd have people come around the house for open days and product launches and that sort of thing, and they'd be there, and Adam would be serving tea, and it's great. And I think it's so important that they are part of it, so they understand.
Absolutely, and they're so, quite often, certainly for me, they're fundamental to my why and why I do what I do. And so having them around there's that constant reminder of why I do what I do. It's this business has allowed me to create this lifestyle that we want, this family lifestyle, which has them very much in the forefront and part of it. So it's nice for them to be able to see how I do it and how I grow a business. But I like to think it's nice for other people to see that as well. And like I say, to show people that it can be completely, children can come along for the ride, and it's not detrimental at all to a business. In fact, I think it can enhance it, because they are your why quite often. I think a lot of us who join network marketing, it's to, I don't know, it might be day trips out, or it might be something like Homemade, as it was for me. But even if it's day trips out or other things other things for them, that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Absolutely. That why is so strong. When it comes to a why for your family, it really does mean a lot when they're involved as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what would you say is your favorite part of this business?
My favorite part is there's two things really. One is that when I can help people save any amount of money, but particularly when it's quite a lot of money, and that sense of relief that you get, and you see it on people's faces when they get that sort of, oh, thank goodness, and knowing that things have been simplified for them, just knowing that I've helped is what I love. But also the other side, in terms of helping my teammates do the same. So seeing them find that belief in themselves and finding that confidence that they can do it too, and they can realize whatever goals or dreams it is they want from it, when they start to realize that they can do it. That's really exciting to help people, because I've been there myself. I'm still very much on that journey, but finding that confidence in myself was the kind of change for me in terms of growing the business further. So it's nice when you see it in other people.
It is. And do you know what? That was one of my favorite bits as well, watching other people develop and get freedom and achieve their own goals. It's so much bigger than you then, and the impact that you can then have is just massive. And it is quite overwhelming, really, when you think about it. It's so rewarding.
Yeah.
And yeah, for those of you that have never recruited before, honestly, it's so worth doing. We seem to have lost Anna's picture.
Yes. Can you still hear me?
I can still hear you. It's fine. I'm sure the
Let's have a
picture will
look.
come back soon.
Let's
Not to
have a
worry,
look.
as long as we can still hear you. So out of interest, I know from our conversations that we've had and the fact that you're one of my members that you do a lot of personal development. So
Yeah.
can you tell me a little bit about the difference that has made? Oh, she's gone completely. She's gone completely. We've lost her. We might have to disappear and try this another way. We shall give her a moment. Maybe she'll pop back in. Device not connected. Oh, technology is a joy, isn't it? Are you back, Anna? No, she's not back. Let me see if she's contacting me on Messenger. Apologies for the tech issues. Let's see what we can bring back in. I might have to disappear and come back. I'll disappear and come back. See if she comes back this time. Are you there, Anna?
Can you still hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, we lost you.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's happened to my camera, so my apologies.
Fine, as long as we can hear you.
When I click the start camera button, it then drops me out of the picture entirely, so I don't do that anymore.
It'll be a broadband issue somewhere along the way, or connections, or Wi-Fi or something.
I've got a new laptop, so I'm hoping it's not that's it's upset that it's got upset.
Never mind. So I was just asking. I said, I know you're in our Success Lounge membership, so I know for you personal development has been a huge big part of your journey, and I wanted to get your thoughts on the difference that it has made to you and why others should do it.
Yeah, so for me, personal development has been fundamental, really, to me growing the business. When I joined, obviously I was encouraged to kind of get involved with personal development, going along to events, etc. And I did get involved, and I did read the books, and I did, but I don't know, there was something that wasn't quite kind of. It took me a while to kind of find my feet with it and find what resonated with me, I guess. So that would be kind of a main thing, that to make sure that you don't just follow the crowd necessarily, but you're focusing on what's important for you, actually, you personally, about where you want to develop and what you want to do. But I'm so glad I did, because I did eventually find kind of resources and books and things that really did resonate with me about how I want to show up in my business, and why it's important to me, and what sort of culture I wanted to build in my business for me personally, but for my team, and what I want to put out there into the world. And so, yeah, I had sort of a couple of real sort of light bulb moments. There was sort of one book in particular that really made me realize that I can show up and build my business in a way that aligns with me, and I can give myself permission to do that. And that was a real moment. Yeah, I really was then able to embrace the kind of business building activities without kind of resisting them quite so much. Because I felt okay about contacting people in the way that aligned with me, for example, rather than necessarily feeling like I had to do it in a certain way. I could do it with how it felt most comfortable to me, but also the people I was contacting, and so it wasn't making them feel uncomfortable. So then it becomes less spammy and less awkward, and then it's it just all round just makes it easier and better and more enjoyable for everybody.
Definitely. What was that book? Can you remember?
So the book was the 5 Levels of Formality by Danny Rich and Paul Robinson, and it's just a brilliant book about how we interact with people depending on the relationship that we have with them, and the bottom line being that the way we should be contacting and interacting with people in the way that is aligned with that relationship, that's most appropriate for that relationship. The minute that we don't do that, then we've lost it. It gets awkward, it gets spammy, it gets and it just doesn't work. It's not comfortable for us, and it's not comfortable for them, and you're not going to make sales that way, are you?
No, well, some people do, unfortunately.
Some people do. Yeah.
Which is just horrendous.
Frustrating, isn't it?
Yes, but I think they're the sort of people that don't mind a lot of rejection, because when you are
trying
to talk to people how they don't want to be spoken to, the chances of you finding somebody that does want to be spoken to like that are quite slim.
I agree. Yeah, absolutely.
And as women and empaths, we don't particularly get on with that way. So having a way like you've learned from that book and like I teach, having that way that aligns with you, that works for you, can really make a difference to your mindset behind having the conversations.
Yeah, because it's all about the mindset for me. It's remembering that, and I have to remember like on the days that you're having a hard time, it's remembering that it is all about the mindset. What we do in our business is generally not difficult, is it? Like growing, but it's all about what we tell ourselves for sure.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
And realizing that, and realizing then that I need to work on my personal development consistently in order to build my business. It's getting into that mindset of knowing that the personal development is important.
Yeah, absolutely. And it should be part of your everyday life in business and outside of business. Both. It's so important for us to grow as people. And if we want a successful business, you always need to be learning, because there's always that next level. There's always that next level of success. So you learn how to become a consultant when you start in these businesses, or a partner or ambassador, whatever, and you learn that bit. So you learn and you build the confidence to that level. If you want to then make a leader or a manager in that, you then need to learn and personal develop and build the confidence to get to that level. If you want to take it further than that and go to that like big level, or as we've been talking about today, me and Gemma Holder, Mrs. Mindset, about moving mountains, big level business, you need to then invest in yourself and your personal development to that level, because there's always something new.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm the same. I've invested loads and loads of time, money, energy into this business to grow it. But, it's all at the different stages, isn't it? I started with like free challenges and learning the basics. And then you go up another level and you think, okay, I need to learn this now. I need to learn how to market and sell myself. I need to work on my money mindset. I need to, next level up. And I think it's really important, very important.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like you said, I think it's good to learn how that it is okay to do it your way.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes. Somebody might be telling you something that you just doesn't align with you. It is okay not to do it.
Absolutely. Because there's so much advice out there, isn't there? There's so much, and you can get yourself tied up in knots. And then obviously you may have upline leaders or whoever in the business as well, telling you to do it certain ways. And so you do ultimately have to find your way. Of course, we have to be duplicatable, don't we, to our teams, etc., and keep things simple. I totally agree with that, but you do have to find your way, because otherwise it just becomes too hard. And we're all fitting this in around all of our other commitments, and we don't want anything to be extra hard in our lives, do we?
No, absolutely. If you can find a quick and simple way to do something, do it that way. Totally. If it stresses you out, if it causes you anxiety, don't do it that way.
Absolutely.
Find your thing, definitely. Oh, thank you for that.
No problem.
Very insightful.
I'm just going to attempt to put my camera back on. Bear with me a second.
Oh, heck. No. No, it's not worked. That does not work.
It mutes me. It mutes me when I try to press the camera button. It's not loving me.
It disconnects you completely from the feed.
Never mind.
Oh, heck. Anyway, one last question. I would love it if you would give a top tip for the audience watching today.
So my top tip is to find what aligns with you. Like have the confidence and give yourself permission to be you, show up as you, and you are enough by doing that. Like you don't have to recreate yourself into something completely different to be successful. Show up as yourself, and find your community of people that will support you along the way.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Totally agree with that. And brilliant tip. Thank you so much, Anna. I am sorry that the tech didn't work.
Oh,
well.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I think The new laptops let me down. Never mind.
But do you know what? This is the thing, and we were talking about this before we went live, weren't we? The fact that actually we don't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to go swimmingly well. Kids can come in the background. Dogs can be pestering us. The cat can be snoring. It doesn't matter. Tech can go wrong, and actually, it doesn't matter. It just makes you much more repeatable, and you resonate with more people. That's how I see it.
Absolutely.
Anyway. Yes. So thank you for coming on. I do really appreciate it. Next week we have Lizzie George from Clean Living International talking to us about her journey and giving us some amazing tips. But until then, if you want Anna, where can they find you, Anna?
So I have my Facebook group, which is called Simple Eco Savings with Anna. You can find me there. I have a business page that is just my name, Anna Culy. So they're the two kind of main places, or LinkedIn if you're ever on there.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. And thank you for watching, everybody. We will see you all soon.
Take care. Thanks. Bye.